On the surface, Jonathan Christ Gerlock lived an ordinary life. Born on September 24, 1991, he resided in the small town of Ephrata, Pennsylvania, about 66 miles west of Philadelphia. Some records list his middle name as Christian, others as Christ, a small detail, but one that would later reflect the confusion surrounding his identity. Jonathan lived with his fiancée in a large house at 100 Washington Avenue, positioned on the corner of Washington Avenue and East Locust Street. From the outside, nothing about the property suggested that it would soon become the center of one of the most disturbing criminal investigations in recent Pennsylvania history. The first warning signs. The case began to unfold on November 7, 2025, when police received an unusual report involving Mount Moriah Cemetery, a massive historic burial ground located on the border of Yeadon and Philadelphia. Spanning more than 160 acres and containing approximately 150,000 graves, it is the largest cemetery in the state. Once abandoned in 2011, the cemetery later fell under the care of a preservation organization. Volunteers maintaining the grounds reported extensive damage: mausoleums broken open, marble floors shattered, crypts exposed, and most disturbing of all, human remains missing. When police arrived, they confirmed the damage. Inside one vault, a broken wooden pallet leaned against a wall, as if someone had used it as a makeshift ladder. This wasn't random vandalism. It looked deliberate, methodical. Scattered throughout the scene were Monster Energy drink cans, a detail that would later resurface in a far more chilling context. A pattern emerges. Investigators soon learned of a similar incident at another cemetery in Luzerne County, more than 100 miles north. There, police discovered human remains stuffed inside a plastic bag, cigarette butts left behind, and, again, energy drinks. On December 20, 2025, authorities received a tip connecting both locations to one name, Jonathan Gerlock. The tip alleged that a partially decomposed body had been seen. Jonathan ran an Instagram account under the name Dead Blank Daddy, filled with photos of skulls and bones. He openly discussed skeleton collections, taxidermy, oddities, and human remains for sale. On Facebook, he posted in groups dedicated to buying and selling human bones. One buyer even thanked him publicly for a human skin bag. Phone records revealed that Jonathan's phone had pinged at Mount Moriah Cemetery multiple times. Caught in the act. On January 6, 2026, investigators observed Jonathan's Toyota RAV4 parked near the cemetery. Through the windows, they could see bones and skulls in plain view. Soon after, police watched Jonathan exit the cemetery carrying a burlap sack and a crowbar. Inside the sack were the remains of 2 small children, 3 skulls, and additional bones. Jonathan was arrested on the spot. According to investigators, he admitted to stealing approximately 30 sets of human remains and explained how he accessed the vaults. The house on Washington Avenue. The following day, police searched Jonathan's home. What they found in the basement defied comprehension. Human long bones. mummified hands and feet, 2 decomposing torsos, more than 100 skulls. Some body parts were hanging. Others were arranged on shelves. Jewelry and even a pacemaker were recovered. Jonathan's fiancée then revealed the existence of a storage unit at KO Storage on East Main Street. Jonathan insisted no bodies were there. Police searched it anyway. They found 8 more bodies, along with body parts, rings, earrings, and additional personal effects. The charges. Jonathan Gerlock was charged with 496 criminal offenses, including burglary, abuse of a corpse, theft, desecration of burial sites, and criminal trespass. He is currently held on a $1 million bond, with a preliminary hearing scheduled for January 20, 2026. The darker meaning. Friends from Jonathan's past described him as normal. A music fan. A metal band vocalist. Someone who didn't seem dangerous. But online, Jonathan described himself as a curator, a forensic specialist, and an aspiring business owner working with human remains. He spoke of certifications, reports, and legal paperwork, framing grave robbing as academic research. In reality, there was nothing clinical about crowbars, burlap sacks, or decomposing torsos. What stood out most was Jonathan's apparent